Oh, I'm just fucking on the wrong channel. What's... Man, I am the best at everything.
You are something.
Alright. I can now hear myself, so clearly this has happened. I still can't find chat, but we're not going to talk about that. So do you, baby. We're live on the internet. I'm just here to yell at you.
Oh, you're gonna have lots of fun doing that. Anyways, our deck is based around the fact that, this card, is busted. It's not very exciting, I suppose. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see it restricted at some point, I think.
Do you think it's... So I don't know a ton about Vintage, but I can play the dumb guy asking questions role here. So I've seen a little bit of like the VSL, and then like after 15-minute intervals, I'm scared off. Generally speaking, like Randy Bueller starts talking or something, and then I'm just like I'm gone. But it seems like a lot of people are playing decks that are sort of on level 2 and are designed to prey on these playing a million artifacts type of decks. Do you think that those decks are like ultimately just lower power level and doomed to failure against this strategy, or like what do you think the deal is?
Um, it's not. I mean, I don't think they're doomed to failure. I think the problem is if they play against a deck that's not this deck, they just don't compete on power level, essentially. If you have a bunch of null rods or stony silences in your deck, but you don't play like inherently powerful cards, you're gonna just like get crushed by decks that don't have to rely on all of their artifacts or whatever. Dredge is the most common example of that. I think. Like, I played Landstill, which is good versus deck, but
I
also
know.
doesn't really have very many strong cards of its own, which is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think if you register a deck with only 2 Moxes in Vintage, you deserve like whatever it is that you get. So
Yeah, I had a
I-
Lotus.
congratulations.
we we had Mox Lotus. That's three of
You can catch
however
your
many.
standstills really fast.
Only sometimes.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, Moxjet doesn't cast standstill very well anyway.
I want to see a Locust God in here. That doesn't strike me
Yeah,
as very good, but I heard about a list that had that card.
yeah, I
Um,
seen it.
what's up, Pemin? Pemin's Aura is a anagram of Superman? Something? Morphling Superman? I don't remember.
Dude, Pemonsor used to be sweet 10 years ago. I still can't find your chat. This is like a little bit embarrassing.
Well, you can see it on my screen.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see it. I guess that's fine. It's just,
Oh, I
it's like,
am Superman. That's what it was. Pemin's Aura was I am Superman. That makes more sense. I remembered it being related to that. Ooh.
I am. I'll take your word for it. Oh yeah, okay. I can see it.
Alright. So this guy was the Dredge guy I played against a few nights ago who sideboarded into 65 cards versus me.
Well, he didn't want deck damage,
Uh,
obviously.
I was playing Landstone and I managed to beat him in 3 games because he employed the side into 64 game 2, side into 65 game 3, and get killed both times.
Well, 64 wasn't exactly right, so he needed one more magical card.
One more magical card?
Yeah.
That strikes me as not really where you want to be.
Look, who's the dredge expert? I'm pretty sure it's Jägermeister and his trophy.
I had 2 vintage trophies before they reset.
I see no evidence of this.
Damn it. Well, Land still got published yesterday. And no, not yesterday, Tuesday. And I 5-0'd with the 4 outcome 4 bargain storm deck the very first day Vintage Leagues came out and everyone was playing. But then I didn't win a lot with that. Penman, I did play Lens at Legacy at EE7.
Can we battle?
Yeah, let's see if we can find some opponents. There's not many people in this league, which means the queue time might take a little bit longer.
Fewer,
But
fewer for us to kill. We only have 75 to kill before we get to be put on stage and receive a toaster.
A toaster?
Yeah, that's the prize, right? That's what we get.
No, we get some treasure chests that you can sell for various amounts of tickets.
An amount that exclusively goes down because they're curated to contain only Molten Rains. That's my understanding.
Wait, Molten Rain?
Yeah, Bing was complaining that they had, they just, in the latest Moto update, they reduced the number of Molten Rains from like 40 to 25 or something, like in percentile likelihood.
That's,
Anyway, there's a reason that they have exclusively gone down in value since they've been released. And it's not mysterious voodoo economics.
I thought they put exploration into the chest as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Which
I'm sure,
which actually means I should have sold my explorations earlier, but whatever. Durnar. Alright, we've won the die roll.
Here we are, in this format. I don't know what things do. We have not a card, 2 lands, a Force of Will, and a 3-drop.
It strikes me as not very good.
I mean, it strikes me as not very good, but I don't really know what good looks like in our deck. So, I mean, we can probably mulligan. I don't know.
This hand is Dees? How is this hand Dees?
I mean, it can cast Ancestral on turn 3 with Force of Will back up if you think that's good enough.
This strikes me as a hand I really should mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, I would mulligan, but again, not the vintage expert, so...
Yeah, I don't think... I mean... I'm gonna mulligan. Wow, this hand is much better if our thing doesn't get misstepped.
This is like a better version of the last hand. It does also only one thing.
It doesn't matter. Like, we're...
Probably keep that, right? Like, we're on the play, so it's just... I guess we could, like...
We can pedal recall.
I don't think that's worth...
So, I mean, I guess we keep it on top.
You can put it wherever you would like to put it. I assume we're just slamming our Ancestral into his face.
Yeah, I mean, like, waiting seems bad, right?
So if we don't even need to wait, right? Because we just have 7 cards if it resolves.
Yeah.
Alright, let us fire the cannon.
You are the world's foremost expert at firing the cannon.
Like, probably... Man, I don't know.
I'm supposed to get C, I think?
We have 2 red cards and, like, 5 black cards, 4 black cards, something like that. Yeah, C seems fine.
You would keep and not fetch and solo recall. That strikes me as not great. But whatever. This is the world we live in. Oh, he's forcing it. That's pitching snap. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I assume he just wanted to draw the preordain, which seems somewhat reasonable to me. I mean, it's probably in the top, like, 10-ish % of our deck.
But...
I mean, I think if you're going to do that, you should probably just cast your Lotus Petal and, like, see how that works for you. Because I think the upside of casting Ancestral...
I'm going to run some things out there. The reason to do so, I think, is to play around Mindbreak Trap on outcome. If I draw outcome. There's so few counters that punish you for waiting, since you can wait for play around cluster.
I mean, there's stuff that punishes you for waiting, right? There's, like, him just being a workshop deck. And then, like...
Yeah, we... Like,
he just does things, and then, you know, you get to resolve your Ancestral, but he has stuff in play.
I think there's actually, like, a 50% chance that they're a workshop deck. Maybe not that high.
Jarvis, we've died. We're dead. He's gonna cast some magical spell.
Ooh.
That seems pretty bad for us. He's gonna Fate Seal us, I assume?
Nah.
Like, how bad does his hand have to be for it to... Man, do you think that's right?
Top deck empty. That... I guess we could have sandbagged for Empty the Horns.
Yeah, how many empties do we have? Like, 4?
We have 1.
Like
1 empty.
Sure, but we have Demonic Tutor, and we have, like, various other tutor spells that we can... Nice. We should play our Strand, right?
Yeah, this is one issue with playing a deck that has 1,000 mana sources in it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you draw a bunch of mana sources, which, you know.
Don't worry. When we draw our Crawworm, like...
Crawworm?
So he's brainstormed twice.
What's the likelihood we're dead now?
do you think that makes us?
Probably 70% dead, right?
Oh, it's got to be more than that. It's got to be like at least 90% dead if he's brainstormed twice.
Sure, but I mean,
He's got to have like I
Okay.
would put the over under on force of wills at like 1.5 or counter spells or whatever.
I mean, if he's also an outcome deck, they don't actually have that much counter magic.
But like we just
Oh,
don't have any cards in our like he can't ever brainstorm when he's empty instead of fate sealing us. It doesn't make any sense.
that's true. Venture
I mean, he
99.
could just
Yeah.
be making bad decisions, but it seems pretty like he also can't really cast these moxes for no reason. It's just like very unlikely that he doesn't have things.
Well, he had mana drain for Senses Divine Top, which.
Yeah, so he probably had like drain force nothing or something like that. Like he doesn't have proactive action, but he has reactive action. Is what it looks like. Ooh.
I actually am of the opinion that this card is not great.
I like that card. We've died. Oh, we haven't died. Oh, we've died.
Yeah, we've died.
I thought he was going to cast Tinker. And
Save
then
time on clock, go to game 2. Dude, that game took like 2 seconds.
So he's like one of those lists, the top 8 of the challenge or something. Some like outcome deck that has. Maybe he's the one that won actually. Maybe he's the Esper one with Vault Key. And I was like, this deck seemed good, and you were like, let's play these cards.
I mean, this deck seems reasonable.
I just am not convinced that these win conditions do anything. Like, I mean, they have haste.
They do have haste.
I mean, I know we're dead. I just thought, like, when he tapped more than 3 mana, I thought that we were not dead, and then it turned out that we were still dead.
Wait, so who's the guy who won the thing?
I don't know his name. He was playing Esper Storm with Tinker Blightsteel in his main deck and Vault Key and a Mentor, and I don't know if he actually had a Storm win condition. Yeah, it outcome, but like...
Oh, was it Lamp-a-Lot?
Maybe.
Evil Triple One misses you and getting in the car. We all miss you.
I seen it.
Can I take Dark... actually... Wilson's... The guy who played this deck sent me sort of a guide earlier.
Ooh, good stuff.
But I don't think he sent anything for the Grixis Thingamajigs deck.
Here it is.
How good are...
It was Lamp-a-Lot.
I know that guy. It's Michael Bonde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't have really
No,
any...
it's not that deck because he didn't have mana drain.
It's just like pile of cards deck, I think. The question is,
every vintage deck, right?
do we want the grids?
Ooh. Empty the orange does seem pretty bad.
Yeah, we can take out empty, I think. Is grid good?
I mean, it doesn't seem very good, but I don't know. You could probably have 1 in your deck, but I don't know that you want to have 4 in your deck.
I don't want Tinker Blightsteel, I think.
I don't know. I don't really, like, understand what our deck is in terms of its position in the metagame, so I don't have strong feelings on what exactly is going on.
Well, we're about to time out, so...
Well, you should submit something.
Maybe I'll just put 2 grids in and call it a day. And see what happens.
Sounds like a thing you would do.
Yep.
Ooh, maybe it's this deck that has Magus of the Future in it. Alright, this is currently my read. We're playing as Magus of the Future. Ooh, this has a lot of powerful magic cards in it.
What does this hand do?
Do things. We have 5 mana.
So we could play Soul Ring or play Preordained on turn 1.
Well, we have a couple more options than that.
Oh.
We could like play Ancestral Recall. That's within our range. We could.
No, we can't play Recall on 1. Well, I guess we could, but it burns our Lotus. I guess that's okay.
Yes, that is correct. I mean, we're never mulliganing this hand, right?
Yeah,
like,
but the question is,
I don't know what the hell we're doing, but like.
Yeah. Oh, we could have taken out Forces, I guess, but...
I mean, sure, maybe. Our opponent has shown us a Jace the Mind Sculptor and like no other magical cards. I guess a
Well,
Force and a Mana Drain. So what is he
no,
playing? I don't know. I don't know what happens
he's like
in
just
Vintage.
Grixis stuff. Like he has Tezzeret and Time Vault Key. All right, so
Oh yeah, this deck doesn't have Tezzeret, so it's now less likely to be Magus of the future.
I kind of think we're supposed to just Soul Ring on one.
So what is our plan for turn 2? After we cast this Sol Ring?
Cast Preordain. Land Lotus for blue. Ring Squirrel for Ancestral. Cast it.
I just don't understand what like casting Sol Ring does. I mean, certainly we're gonna cast Sol Ring, but like, why are we better next turn than we are this turn if we just sandbag?
So what do you want to do this turn then?
I want to cast some spell, but I don't really know which card it is. I mean, we can cast Preordain and Merchant Scroll and Ancestral, right? Like, off the... Like, we can just cast all our cards and see what happens.
Okay.
I don't know, like, what... It seems like the ideal way to sequence that is probably, like, Lotus cast Sol Ring, see if he missteps or something like that. But, like, I don't... Or maybe he just forces to Lotus. Like, I don't know how people play in this format, but it seems like we should cast our cards, so we should probably just cast them in whatever the best order is.
It strikes me as...
I don't know, like, if we just preordain, what are we looking for, and what are we trying to do next turn?
It's fair.
I mean, it wasn't, like, a rhetorical question. I actually don't know.
Okay, so...
But it just feels like we should cast our cards, and then, like, do it in whatever the best way.
Which card do you want to cast?
Well, are we going to use our Lotus this turn? I guess it doesn't... Now that we have a land in play, it doesn't super matter. We can just cast Sol Ring. That's, like, sort of the same. Like, a Force-Star Misstep seems fine for us, because he's going to counter one of our good spells, and then we're going to have, like, 2 more good spells in the wings. Yeah. Like, I think the way that I would have played this turn, and I don't know if it's correct, is I would have cast a Lotus, and then if it resolved, I would have binned it for 3 blue and cast a Sol Ring. And then if that resolved, I would have tapped the Sol Ring and cast Merchant Scroll.
Alright. We can still do that.
Right. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe someone in the chat can explain to me what the advantage of not cracking the Lotus this turn is, because it's possible that there is one, but I don't know what it is.
It's fair. Let's just play Sol Ring first, off the sea. Like, that's identical to cracking the Lotus for 3 blue, right?
Yeah, it's the same now that we have the sea in play.
Alright. Let's see what he does.
It makes me sad that people don't play Misdirection anymore. That's the sweetest way to get fucked when you're trying to Ancestral Recall.
Ooh, that's good for us. I guess this really should not be in our deck.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
So my read is I don't think he has a counter.
It seems likely that that is the case.
I think we should just... Well, we're casting a blue cantrip.
Probably Ponder over Preordain, right? Like, we're looking for some mana source, presumably, and that, like, causes him to have horrible things happen to him. So that's probably good enough, right? Like, we can just have Flusterstorm up when we cast Yawgmoth's Will next turn. And that's probably good enough against what this guy was doing.
So we draw the sea and then Fluster.
I guess it's bad if he has Duress Effect. I don't know if that's a thing that people do in this format. It seemed like it was based on your previous games. But even then, like, we still have this Paradoxical Outcome and cantrips. Yeah, it seems fine.
Should we play the Opal? Probably.
I don't see why. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if people play, like, Chalice or something, but it doesn't seem like it benefits us very much.
Sure. Opposing Mindbreak Traps and Flusters are the reason to play it this turn, I think.
I don't think he would... Okay, so you're like...
But we can Fluster.
I mean, we're going to get got by that Mindbreak Trap no matter what. I don't think putting Mox Opal on the table is going to save us from that one.
So you want to play Will this turn?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he didn't do anything to us last turn, so I would continue hoping that he's not going to do things to us.
They would have trapped the Ancestral. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, they would have cast it last turn. Like, it's very difficult for them to have a counter here.
Good read. So replay
So
this
we
thing.
like play the Lotus and then tax the Mox Opal for Thingamabob and then do stuff.
Yeah, I'm debating if I think we just cast. Just cast Recall first.
Seems fine to me. I don't know what our targets are like for Merchant Scroll. They're pretty miserable, right?
It's just mostly Outcome, Recall, and Force.
Yeah. Okay. So those don't seem like things that we need. So let's draw some magical cards.
Okay, this is probably good enough to kill him.
We found mana. Presumably this means he's dead.
Yeah, I'm going to just play a big Outcome here, I think. It's gonna get... It gets exiled to Will, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you have a scroll in your bin if you particularly care about that. Seems fine.
I mean...
Seems like we should just try and draw a million cards and he will presumably still do nothing and then he will die.
Nice. We can probe him first. Find out.
Sure. Let's see what kind of nothing he's up to. Player could have any number of nothings. All right.
Okay, so he's this stupid.
The actual stone nothings.
He's Grixis Thieves.
He has shame conceded and taken his bad cards to the sideboard.
Okay, so we need... I think we actually need the second Chain of Vapor for Notion Thief.
Okay.
I'm
not going to argue with your assessments of things. If we put Defense Grid in our deck, he can take it with deck fading.
That's okay. I'm going
to
actually...
I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't think we can cut this card now because of Notion Thief.
So he's like the deck Ephro is playing? Is that...
Yeah, that seems very accurate.
Deck in...
I wonder what we should take out.
It's probably in these lists somewhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what we should cut. Oh, this is the wrong brainstorm art. Whoops. Whatever.
It is a pretty hideous brainstorm. You also have a whiteboarded Merchant Scroll, but you know, it's the world we live in.
Isn't that the only version on Moto?
I have no idea.
I guess there
might
might
be like a little bit surprising if they hadn't made a promo, but it's possible.
There's no promo on Moto. If I get a foil one, it would be
black. Yeah, you could have an 8th foil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people were advocating to cut the tutor for the top cards in this matchup, which seems reasonable to me. I don't know how good, how many missteps do they have? If it's 1 million, then maybe we can cut Dark Ritual.
Yeah, actually, you can probably do that. OMG, Ragsdale and Jarvis, is this 2000X? Yeah.
Jarvis didn't do anything in 2000X. It didn't exist.
I tried to top 8 a Grand Prix, but I failed.
Grand Prix are tough. I don't blame you for that.
I was also much worse back then, I believe.
Now you're a powerful wizard.
No, not really. Are we sure we don't like empty? Does Grixis have an answered empty? Actually, you should probably have it in our deck. Maybe Windfall on the draw? That's actually reasonable, I think.
Listen, man. I'm gonna contain my bad advice to what we should do with our cards when they're in our hand.
This seems like a reasonable configuration.
This guy has 4 Mana Gorger Hydras in his deck.
Yeah, it's like Quarian Dread.
Yeah, I know. I had a lot of good times with Quarian Dread and Vintage
a
solid 12 years ago.
This seems like a keep, but it's not really... I mean, it's
okay. I mean, it's horrible if something happens to us, but I don't really think we can mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, if this gets countered, we actually lose, I think.
Yes, I would agree with that assessment. I mean, we have some outs to redraws, but yeah, I mean, I know that people in chat are gonna say,
What? What? What the heck is going on?
That's a spicy meatball.
What? Are you joking?
That is delightful.
What? I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
That is spicy. All right, so what can we do here? He can't activate it. Oh no, he can't activate it this turn.
Yes.
So what, like, how can we trick him into getting 2 blue mana? Is that possible? He's probably not gonna. I don't know. You think he's gonna kill our Mox in response to our Soul Ring?
No.
Okay, then you should probably just fire, right? And like hope that something good happens to you.
Yes.
All right. That's my read. Like, land go is the other option. If you think.
Oh wow.
Alright. He didn't do it. Whoa.
No. We definitely need to play this one first. I think we actually have to try to aggro him.
I mean, I agree, but it just seems like drawing 3 cards is way more likely to make you do stuff on turn 1 than drawing 1 card,
Well,
right?
we bottom both of these and play Brainstorm then.
Okay, I mean, sure, but that seems like it's not related to my point.
I can't believe he didn't kill the Mox in response to Soul Ring.
I can very easily believe that.
I think
like
we
a
should
play
bottom these.
A play that most people would not see. Yes, that seems
They
accurate.
seem very
like,
miserable.
Seems like we need to draw some ridiculous restricted card to murder him.
Like that one, actually. But I'm gonna just fire Brainstorm, I think.
Absolutely.
Because we're actually not gonna have any
A
mana.
Lotus and a spell.
We can cast a Twister.
He might figure out to respond to that. So we played a land, right?
Yeah, we played Academy.
Well, we seem to have died.
Yeah, this is very, very bad for us.
So our plan is to... Oh, we can't even cast our Time Twister?
We can if he doesn't kill a Mox in response to the Mox.
I mean, that's never happening. Like,
he already did the thing, right?
This was a reasonable thing for him to miss. I think that, like, most players would have missed this. Because you're only playing around Tolarian Academy, and he's probably looking at pornography on Reddit while you're doing this.
I'm gonna put these 2 back and see what happens if I play Opal.
Okay, I mean, sure, that's fine, but you have basically died. I guess Opal has no value anyway. Like, it only has value if you, like, cast Monastery Mentor, and that's a pipe dream, so do you. Get it in there.
Alright, he figured it out. Now he's gonna murder the Mox Opal with Gorilla Shaman as well, and we have died.
I think not casting Brainstorm first was very bad. But after that, like, I don't think anything was a big deal. Like, I think we needed to cast Brainstorm and find some really good card, and then cast it and try and murder him.
That's fair. That's fair. So if our Brainstorm was bad, then we played Preordain.
Yeah, then we could Preordain and scry the 2 to the bottom, and like continue to hope to get super lucky.
Yeah,
this was like a good example of how I think Vintage is interesting in a lot of sort of abstract ways, except that, you know, it's interesting after you get like 80-20 or whatever, and you're just like, how can I get the maximum number of percentage points after I'm mostly dead? Maybe he just won't have any cards in his hand, and he'll have to eat his own mana crypt, and then it'll be like a race between us drawing lands and him attacking with a 1/1. That also would be a very Vintage thing to have happen.
Yeah, the problem is we're drawing Flusterstorm next turn.
Well, sure, we're not doing anything forever, like, I agree. How many turns do you think he gives it?
Well, he didn't take 3 damage right there, so...
So infinite. So he'll never blow it out.
Infinite. we're gonna die to Gorilla Shaman before he takes damage. His 1.5 damage per turn.
Alright, well now we've got this Flusterstorm up, so we're undefeatable. I guess that means he probably has a Force in his hand that he's... Oh no, he's casting some magical card. Ooh. That probably kills us? Like, 3 power seems unbeatable. I don't know how we could have...
Do we Fluster this Brainstorm?
It would be for 3.
So no.
Pay 3? Yeah. Seems not great.
Yeah. This card killed us.
I
Somehow.
know.
I haven't seen this card in forever, like, frankly.
I used to play that card in Pauper.
Oh yeah, it was great in Pauper. You're playing
It's pretty
Affinity,
good.
kill
Like,
all of your lands.
You sideboarded in, and you ate their lands, and...
We're probably dead. Like, how dead are we on a scale of 1 to dead?
I think that doesn't change our deadness at all. I think we're the same amount of dead we were before he cast that.
That's not good.
Well, we could get his Gorilla Shaman off the board. So
Oh,
there's
that's
that.
actually not irrelevant then. We can play Unsummon. Man, I
I
wish.
mean,
Oh, he
little-
he he killed it. He killed it
Alright.
already.
So
Wow.
the answer was not very long, actually.
Huh.
E-price.
Wow, it's
What?
the heck? Why is it 12 tickets?
I'm rich.
How many do you have?
Only 4, probably.
I think we should play Demonic Tutor.
Yeah, I'm on board for that. I would expect it to be countered, but that seems fine.
Should we get? We should get Tundra, I think.
Yeah, just get White Source, right?
Yeah. Used to be 28 plus for a very long time. Got it.
Okay, I haven't played Popper in forever, so.
Neither have I. What do we get?
Ooh, our spell resolved.
That's actually a great sign for us, I think.
Seems like it is probably not the correct thing for him to do, but so
My take is his hand is horrible.
yeah, I mean it's obviously bad. It can have some reactive spells. What's our storm? Storm is only 1, right? So
Yeah.
if we get Lotus and cast Lotus, and then Time Twister, we can Flusterstorm for 3. Is that right?
And he has
That
enough
seems like it's
to...
never doing anything, right? Because he has like 1,000,000 mana, so that's probably not our line. How are we ever going to win this game?
I think we're actually going to win off the Mentor,
Okay.
which
so
means we
what's-
should get a... I don't
You
think we
think?
have to go for Lotus Twister here.
Oh no. Oh, you
I
think
think-
that we do?
No, the guy in chat wants us to. I think that play is really not very good.
I mean, you can try and body him with Yawgmoth's Will. That also seems kind of unlikely to work.
Problem is he has so much mana that our Fluster is not great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if our plan is not to do anything, then it's either got to be like get some mana source you can't destroy, like a land, or just get Yawgmoth's Will and like. But that I don't know. That doesn't seem great either. Yeah, I'm sort of coming around on just casting stupid. I mean, you could just get Ancestral and like hope that draws you some stupid cards. But I don't know. I sort of like just firing off the Lotus and like hoping that works.
Get the
Get
Lotus and
pass.
so we can play Lotus.
That might be better.
Oh yeah, actually I think that's way better.
Yeah, I mean, him doing 3 damage seems fine, and like we're not really gaining anything from having our lands tapped. So yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
So we have 9 minutes and 44 seconds. I think that's plenty of time to win or lose this game.
Listen, I'm just here to say ridiculous things. That's
I know.
I can do that for a theoretically unbounded amount of time. So.
Theoretically unbounded. Alright, so the question is, if he passes, which he did, what do we do this turn? Ooh.
I mean, cast some magic cards, see how it works out for us.
So I think I'm going to play Mox Pearl first and play Mentor.
Okay.
And then play a bunch of stuff after that.
I mean, I guess he could have a Notion Thief in his hand. He would have to be a stone lunatic, but it's theoretically possible.
If he had a Notion Thief, I would have... If I was him, I would have just cast it way earlier to try to get damage through.
Right, I mean, yes, that would be obviously correct. You want to tap this Flareon Academy? You, like, don't
Yeah.
have to, but it's...
Yeah, no, actually, it's probably right.
What are we doing if this resolves? Just passing?
No, we cast a Lotus, make a token.
But doesn't he just kill our Lotus?
I think that's fine. Okay, so
Yeah,
he's hard casting
seems
Force.
Not the maximum amount of fine.
So we've cast 1, 2, 3. So if we
Storm is-
Fluster, he can pay with the Lotus.
Target instant or sorcery. Yeah. So, what's the value of Fluster Storming this in an effort to just Time Twister? What is this? I don't even know what this card does. I
Monastery
need a
Mentor?
window that looks up this stupid card. No, Notion Thief.
Oh,
I guess you just really can't, because that's the only thing we can't Fluster Storm, right? Like,
right. I think
Like the
Force Field-
nightmare scenario is if he just like we let this get countered, then we cast Black Lotus, then we cast Time Twister, and he just puts Notion Thief into play, and we're like, oh, I guess we can chain
we can
it,
just
right?
chain a Vapor it. I think
All
that's
right,
fine.
let's just fucking fire the cannon. Or you want to give? We could give him one more turn, I guess, if we want.
No, I think that doesn't
Maybe
seem great.
kill
Like he
our-
just kills that, and I don't know.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're
like
supposed to
firing
Lotus.
cannon.
I think we're supposed to Lotus Twister now.
Yeah, that's another thing that I was considering. Jack was just like, how much do you think a deck of like 40 Savannah Lions and 20 Plains wins in Vintage? I think it's like
20
non-zero.
planes?
Yeah, you just like play
Why don't you just
Savannah
play
Lions
Mox Pro?
for the whole game. Well, whatever. Like, just do some like embarrassing thing every turn and see if the Vintage deck dies.
That resolved.
Alright, let's cast some magical cards, see how it works out for us.
Yeah, that was fine. The real problem is this is actually very good versus outcome.
Yeah, I mean, outcome seems like not a super great thing to be up to.
Can we just tutor for tendrils and kill him? I guess we can.
I mean, we can't cast it tendrils, can we?
Yeah, imagine if we didn't tap Academy. Whatever.
Then I would tap for 1 blue mana. Because he would like, hold on here, Chief. We have 4 mana. Is it better for us to top? Maybe it is. Like, we're probably DTing for Lotus, right? Because we're pinched on mana. So, yeah, okay. I guess top's fine. Maybe he'll Mox it, or maybe he'll Gorilla it in response to our doing things. To our drawing card.
Alright.
That seems fine.
So how do we win from here?
Presumably either Will or Lotus is in the top 3 cards of our deck, and he doesn't have a counterspell, would be my guess.
So we have to tutor for Will?
Well, we have to... that's going to make things harder. So...
We actually have to cast Brainstorm, I think.
Yeah, we just brainstorm and then tutor into whatever ridiculous card we don't hit. Pyroblast?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is we were floating the mana.
Yeah!
Like, we were floating mana, so we couldn't not do it now.
Alright, let's Demonic Tutor for the best card that we can have here, and then pass.
What's the best card we can have here?
I don't know, let's look.
They mostly seem bad, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a ton of great cards in our deck. I mean, we can get Yawgmoth's Will, and then hope to draw a mana source and cast all the cards in our graveyard. That seems fine. The other option is we can get, like, Ancestral and hope to draw a good combination of 2 cards, but I think we have to draw Yawgmoth's Will, right? If we're, like, playing to win that way. So it seems like we should probably just get Yawgmoth's Will. And, like, hope that that somehow works.
Uh-oh, Lotus crashing. What the heck? Oh, that was weird. You don't understand why we played artifacts in a machine gun girl. Oh, we should have chained... We could have just chained the thing before casting Time Twister, actually.
Okay. It's possible that was better. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That was actually probably better.
Like, having that mana was pretty valuable, I
It's
think.
-5. So we die. Oh. Okay.
Now we can skip a turn at any point. Why are we... What? What's happening?
He got Time Vault with the Tezzeret. And
I mean-
he cast Time Walk.
Oh, he has time left. Okay, yes,
Alright,
understood.
fine. Brown Notion Thief, right?
Well, sure.
I don't know. It was somewhat awkward.
I mean, we also.
You're lagging. Oh,
Okay.
unlagged now.
Hello?
Yeah,
Please
you're
respond.
here. You're here.
Okay. We've received a stern beating. Let us go receive another stern beating.
Yeah, we made some mistakes, I think.
Okay. I mean, listen, you're the one who demanded that we play vintage, so.
We also got Gorilla Shamaned, which was kind of annoying.
We did. That was pretty delightful. That was probably my favorite part of that match. Did they post the deck list from the VSL? I assume they do somewhere.
Yeah, they do.
I know they post